Hi friends, welcome to another edition of Fish Tales with me, Pat Roach, where I tell you a story that could be about fishing or about whatever I want. But today I'm going to tell you a story about fishing. And this story is about the very first professional bass championship that I've ever attended. And this tournament was called the Pan American Black Bass Championships. They were held at Big Axe Marina in Nakawik, and we all stayed in the capital city in Fredericton. And this tournament, it changed my life. I met so many people and made so many friends that it was amazing. And I'm finding I am missing that group of people because they were just so nice and so positive. So anyway, the way it happened was a gentleman that works for the government in New Brunswick. His name's Pat Olson. He noticed and was following me on Instagram and liking all my fishing content, and reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in attending this tournament, and said that if I was, he'd put me in touch with the right people. So he did. He put me in touch with Joe Ford. And Joe Ford, an amazing fisherman, but amazing man. Got to meet his wife and his kids, and they're just absolutely fantastic. So I came aboard and then got to be introduced to all the wonderful people organizing the event, and made great friends like Moose. He was in charge of so many things and making sure that all the printing and media stuff was done, all the camera work and having the live feeds, working with Aurora Productions. And what a great bunch of professional film editors and the camera people, unbelievable. Brent was just such a great guy on Team Canada. Got to meet Gussie and Coops. They're the best guys, and just, well, excellent fishermen. So and Brent even taught me a couple lessons about doing a drop shot. So I have to pick up some I guess it's fluorocarbon line and use I think it was called the Albright knot. I got to look it up. I wrote it down. I made notes because I'm going to try some of these things to try to catch some fish myself. But it was just unbelievable, The guy that I partnered up with, what they had me do was partner up with Ron James, and he's one of the hosts on Fish TV. And Ron is just a great guy. Funny thing is he's never seen the show Trailer Park Boys, where I play the character Randy, and but he just took me for being me, Pat Roach, and listened to everybody going, it's a great show, but Pat's a good guy, and we just hit it off. So we'd go out on the river, the beautiful St. John River, and we would just go in the boat, and we had some air tags in some of the professional anglers in their glove boxes, and we would go and track them down, and then we just fish them or film them fishing, and hopefully get a couple shots of them with some of the fish that they had in their live wells. And we also would do an interview if they weren't too busy, because they took it quite serious. Of course, the teams were competing for their nations. It wasn't for any prizes or any monetary value or anything. It was just for the pride of doing it for your country. And every country, there was 9 countries who were competing, who came from miles and miles. We had Team China there, and when they did the weigh-in, they were the first team to have a largemouth bass at the weigh-in, where the province allowed the largemouth to be caught, and they had to keep them separated in separate tanks, and they were tagged and also released in the exact same place that they were caught. And I was amazed, because they want to make sure that they're not populating a river in different areas and things like that. So and taking really good care of the fish. Very, very impressed. The students from Acadia University were making sure that all the fish after the weigh-in were released right there at the Big Axe Marina, and it was just such a professional and safe thing for these bass. Very impressed by that. But all the nations were nice. Like I got to meet a lot of the guys on pretty much everyone on Team Canada and Team USA. Got to meet Scott Martin and Mr. Wheeler and Tyler, who fishes in his bare feet. He's from Maine. I fish in my bare feet. Look at that. So maybe some of the luck from Tyler. I think they had the biggest bag of fish, if I'm not mistaken. And well, Team USA won the championship, and but they were great. And well, I'm wearing here a Turtle Island Anglers shirt. They gave me a Turtle Island shirt. Oops. And a baseball hat. I've got that somewhere. But when they met me, I know after the opening ceremonies, we were on a bus home, and they were chanting "Randy, Randy, Randy," and but they like Pat as well, so they were just huge, huge fans. And I know that the indigenous nation from New Brunswick, right in Nakiwik, outside of Nakiwik, was there. Holy cow, Kelly! This is great. Let me help you. All right, I'm gonna get my line in. That's a big one. That's bigger. That's good for you. I'm on here on the boat with Kelly, and she caught this nice bass right here. I'll get it off for her. There we go. Look at this one. This is something. There you go. That's a nice one. Good job, Kelly. What were you using?
Yamamoto worm with a pink tip.
Oh, there you go. You like your pink. Beautiful. Well, there you go. With a fishtail, Kelly caught a fish. So here, we'll pop this one right in. Oh, swam away really fast. So that was great. Good job.
Wow.
But yes, the indigenous nation there from right outside in the Nakiwik area, they were so nice. It just blows my mind that we got invited to go fishing in Colombia and in Puerto Rico and down in the States and in Canada and various locations. So it seems like I've made some friends for life, and that's just awesome. I also got to meet Pete and Angelo from Fish Canada. And I did a podcast with them, and they are just so nice and knowledgeable. And you know what? I just like to get out and fish just for fun, and anyone can do it. And it's one of those things where you can always learn, and you just have to talk to different folks, and a lot of them will share the wisdom with you. So don't ever get discouraged, and I would just encourage you to try, right? So, but it's one of those things that I think, well, that was my first championship, first tournament, seeing how everything worked, and I sure hope it's not my last. I don't think it's going to be my last. I might even have to try it myself, just to get out there. And again, even if you caught the lowest amount of weight, it doesn't matter. You're just out there having fun and getting to meet some good people out there and enjoy angling, right? There was even two ladies, I think there was more than that, who were anglers for Team USA. Got to meet Emily. I think she's just in her early 20s, if I'm not mistaken, and she's in university right now, I believe, for marine biology. I was chatting with her parents, and they were just such nice people. And I got to meet Coop's parents, and they are a wonderful couple. So it just goes to show you. Here you are meeting parents and the anglers, and some of the kids of the anglers, and everyone was just so wonderful and treated me and Kelly so nice, and I got to get out on that wonderful river, see all the fishing, and well, it just warmed my heart. So anyway, if you have a chance to check out some of the footage, check out some of the footage from that. It was well done, and it was just a great time. So now I'm gonna try to catch a fish here. I don't know. I know I've just been babbling along here about. Well, I'm a little bit sentimental, and I just sit there, and I know I've been thinking about everyone there, and getting some texts from some of my new friends, and well, Adam Foster, you know, he was fishing with Bob Azumi. Geez, I almost forgot Bob Azumi, the team captain. I mean, he's a legend. I got to meet Bob, and he's just so nice, you know. And I know that Adam and Brendan, and there was another Brendan from Bass, Canada. You know, they're going to Italy. So that's impressive, you know, Italy. So I think I have a bite. Oh no, I might have been too overzealous and ripped it out of the little bass's mouth. But yeah, so it's, I couldn't imagine they're going to Italy. That's just incredible, you know. So, and don't get me started about the boats, because the boats that were there at this were unbelievable, you know, with 250, 300 horsepower engines, and they start up and it sounded like a race car, and to watch them at the blast off, blasting down the lake, you know, just at the crack of dawn, a beautiful, calm St. John River, and it's exhilarating, you know. And well, and the other thing I learned, I mean, I was always, you know, talking to Ron James in the boat about different fishing techniques and stuff, but this one's about safety. And you know, I'm 55 years old, and I always have life jackets in the boat, and but I never really wore them much unless I was in a canoe or on a sea-doo, or say water skiing or tubing or something, and I'd always have them on then. But driving the boats and stuff, I didn't have a life preserver on. And some of my friends here that follow me on Instagram, they've said, you know, you should have a life jacket, and even hook the tether cord that's from your throttle console there onto the life jacket, so that if you ever did get thrown out of the boat, it pulls that, it stops the engine. That tether cord is to an engine stop little button. And you know, Ron said, here's a life preserver, Pat, and we put them on. And you know, the first thing I did was I picked up a couple new life preservers from Bass Pro Cabela's Canada, the ones that have the CO2 canister on them, one of these. Now, when we're just parked and you know, the motor's on spot lock, you know, fishing, I don't wear the life preserver. But if I'm ever going to be alone, I will. Kelly's here with me now, and whenever I drive the boat, I won't even touch anything on that main motor unless I have my life preserver on and that kill switch attached to the side to the little the hookup on the life jacket. So I just recommend to everyone, if you're going to be out on your boat, a life preserver is a great idea. I was kind of old and silly and you know, wasn't paying attention, but from now on I've changed my ways. You know, you can teach the old dog new tricks, and that's exactly what happened. So and it feels good. And you know, I got home and I told a buddy of mine, his nickname's the Ninja. He's the one that sold me this bass boat and helps me with my modifications. But anyway, he didn't wear one either, a life preserver, and now he went out right away and bought one, and now he's doing the same thing because he fishes alone a lot. And he said, you know what, you're right, and everyone else is right, and I'm wrong, and we're wrong, and thank you, Pat. And so there you go. So if you know someone who's out without a life preserver, just say, hey, you know, life's precious. It's an honor to be able to get outside, and a privilege to get outside to fish, and it's get some vitamin D from the sun, and the fresh air. So be safe out there, friends. That's just it. So anyways, that's all I can think about from the story right now. And you never know, I might come up with some other things. But I just want to thank everyone at that Pan American Black Bass Championship, all the volunteers and just all the anglers and everyone who was involved, because it's changed my life. So thanks for watching another episode of Fish Tales with Pat Roach. Woohoo!